What's happening, everybody? Willie here at the Great Outdoors. It is Christmas Eve. That's right, it is December 24th. Happy Christmas Eve to you all. I hope you're all having a great Christmas Eve so far. I've been having a pretty active one, if you want to know the truth. It's been great. I got up at 5 a.m. because the cats were waking me up saying, hey, I'm hungry. And then Boo got his collar stuck in his mouth, trying to clean himself, I guess. He somehow got his jaw underneath of it and got the collar up in his mouth, and then he went completely cat ballistic. And I had to try to catch him and get it out of his mouth, which in the process he bit me. I've got a nice big hole in the palm of my thumb. I don't blame him. He was just trying to figure out what was going on, and all of a sudden the 165-pound man just grabs a hold of him and tries to rip collar out of his mouth. You would have thought the collar would have kept him from biting me, but it didn't. It didn't happen. Anyway, he's okay. We're friends again now, and everything's all right. I think he understands I was trying to help. Merry Christmas, Boo. Anyway, keeping with our theme, one of our themes that we've been dealing with here recently, Penn. That's right, saltwater reels. The Penn reel. We're dealing with another Penn, and we're going to be dealing with the models that came after the spin fishers, the green spin fishers, the greenies, like the 716 and the 710 that I've already showed you guys. We're going to be dealing with a 712z. That's right. I don't know what the Z stands for, but out of all of the letters in the alphabet, I think that's a pretty good one to pick. I mean, I don't think I would have picked the 712Q or something like that. That wouldn't have been at the top of my list. Now, this is a neat looking reel. This is when they had switched, when they went to the Z series, they had gone to the gold and black. Pretty darn cool, to be honest with you. And the 712, of course, falls right in between the 716 and the 710 that I have. And I think it's a pretty cool reel, and I'm pretty sure we're probably going to take this thing apart and find out it's pretty darn close to the same inside. But we're going to take it apart anyway because we're keeping with that theme and kind of bringing you guys in slowly to the Penn series stuff in case you guys, are all freshwater or whatever. This is in a decent size to, to be a freshwater reel. I don't see why not. I mean, I did a short one time on catching freshwater fish on a saltwater reel, which obviously you can do because the fish, they don't know. They've got no idea. None whatsoever. You could hook fishing line to the front of the winch on the front of your Jeep and cast it out there and reel them in with the winch. They don't know what they're being reeled in with. They don't care. It's all about you and what you care about. What do you want to fish with? It doesn't matter if it's a Century, doesn't matter if it's an Abomatic, doesn't matter if it's a Penn, Zebco, whatever. That's the cool thing about fishing. You do it the way you want to do it. Because 9 times out of 10, what matters is what's on the end of the line, not what's bringing it in. Because I think I've proven too, I used a Proficiency pocket combo. It's about that big. About like that. And I caught pretty good sized fish with the darn thing, and it cost 19 bucks. Had 2-pound SOS trout magnet on it, and we were catching some pretty good fish with it. So, again, it's about you, okay? It's about what you want. Now, if you think some of these things are cool, go get you one. Go find you one. Use it. Do whatever you want. Again, you can wrap line around a stick. It's all what you want to do, okay? Remember that. Let's tear into this guy, see what it looks like inside, because I'm going to tell you, I've had it a long time. Probably one of the first reels when I started the channel that I got, but because it was it wasn't a freshwater reel, and I really just didn't saltwater fish for what I was doing. I kind of got lucky when I got the reel because I got it for quite literally a little bit of nothing. I got this one and a 7500 SS. That's a big one. Maybe we'll go into that one later on down the line, but that's a big guy. I got both of them for $6. Alright, so we are back. Everything is cleaned up and beautiful and pretty, and I do have to thank whoever it may have been that did this before me for going into it and at least cleaning it out. The over-greasing and oiling thing kind of kept it from getting worse, I guess you'd say. But it really was easy to clean, just a lot of wiping down. I did take the body to the sink and clean everything out internally in there. Everything else was really wiped down, and I'm going to tell you now, this bearing, I believe, could have been replaced. I'm not positive, but man, there is no noise at all coming from that, which means I'm going to have to order 2 more of those for the 2 green, the 716 and the 710, because they are noisy as they can be compared to that one anyway. So anyway, let's get this thing put back together again. We'll go first with our crank gear. Put that in there. We'll get our washer. Like, come off of there. We'll put that on. Turn that on there like that. Then we're going to put, well, let's put it in the right way. How about that? We'll put it in the right direction. Then we'll get our bearing. Drop that over top of that. Let it go down in there flush. Now we're going to get this guy here, which was like that. Well, we got to get our little silver D-shaped or O-shaped or whatever you want to call that. That's got to go in there. It's shaped one way or the other. Get that straight there, because the top of that shaft is shaped like the hole there for the, get there, for that little D-shaped hole there. Then we're going to get the nut out here. Do we have a flat side, beveled side? Yes, we do. Flat side down. And like this. And I think this time, before, I'm going to put the shaft in first. Let's get that connected first. That was a lot easier than the last couple times I've done this with the other 2 reels. So here's, put the shaft through before you put the screw into the crank gear holding your swing arm there. That seemed to be a lot easier. And your screw goes through there. Now we can put that fitted screw back in there. We will get our plate. Get our screw here. A little bit different. We got a plastic clicker on the bottom of there for the drag. Throw that guy back on there. Drag knob goes back on. Christmas Eve, doing the thing. Look at that. This reel has been needing this attention for a long time, because I mean, I bought this when I first started the channel, and that was almost 4 years ago now, I guess, something like that. And I never took it apart or cleaned it. I used it one time and did a video, a short, catching fish with, freshwater fish with a saltwater reel. What can I say? It's one of those things where you just did something silly just because you happened to be there. I actually took it out there to go catfishing, and that was at my review spot. We never have really tried to catch catfish in that lake. I don't know of anybody that's ever caught any. I would imagine there's some in there, I would think. So at some point that's got to happen. We got to try that and just see what we can do. But this is just so gratifying, so much fun. I just enjoy this so much. There you go, 712z. That bearing is incredible. I've got to get a new bearing for the other 2. I'll call Matt after Christmas. Oh man, that's incredible. Very cool. You do have your oil ports on each side. You got one there, and you got one on the end of the handle, which needs it. I will get that in there. But just anyway, keeping up with our Penn reels. This is Penn number 3 that we've done on the channel here recently, and this is a very nice reel, very well made, nice bearing. Again, very much like the Shakespeare's, the 2062 or the 2052. Just very cool. This is the version after the green reels. Again, with the green reel thing, This is a 710 Greenie spin fisher. These are the after versions, I guess you would say. We'll call it the after versions. What came later on down the line? You know, predecessors, later on down the line. Very cool reel. Got to get that out there. Definitely. And this one being a 710's right in that size where I could do some bass fishing with it. I could bass fish with this. And we might have to do that. But we need some bigger bass. We need some bigger fish. Things are moving up here. Things are gears, smoke, clicking, oil changes, doctor's appointments. So before the camera overheats again and cuts off, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Hope you all had a Merry Christmas. We will see you on the next one. Whatever that next one may be. I've got a 7500 SS over there. Could be the next one. It's my last Penn. It's the only one I got left. Anybody finds a 716 though, let me know. Ultralight. Oh, I want another one of those. You know how I am. If I like one, I like another one. I want two. That's just how it is. I'm sorry it's that way. I don't mean to be like that. I'm not selfish or anything. I just, in case something breaks, I want to be able to have another one to use, and I have to look for parts.